Hi guys! Today I'm reading Birds by Kevin Hinkes, and the reason I chose Birds as an art book is because the illustrations in this book are beautiful and original, and they are like works of art. I also like this book because it makes you use your imagination and think about what it would be like to be a bird and kind of see birds in a different way. At the end of the story, I'm going to show you some different ways that you can draw birds. In the morning, I hear birds singing through the open window. Birds can be yellow or blue or brown or red or even green, I think. Sometimes they are so black that you can't see their eyes or their feathers, just their shape. Birds can be big or little or any size in between. Once I saw 7 birds on the telephone wire. They didn't move, and they didn't move, and they didn't move. I looked away for just a second, and they were gone. If birds made marks with their tail feathers when they flew, think what the sky would look like. If clouds were birds, the sky would look like this, or this. Sometimes in winter, a bird in a tree looks like one red leaf left over. If there are lots of birds in one tree and they all fly away at the same time, it looks like the tree yelled. Surprise! If I were a bird, I'd ask where all the other birds go when it's stormy and they can't get home to their nests. I like to pretend I'm a bird. I can't really fly, but I can do this. I can sing. So now I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can draw birds with simple shapes. So I always use pencil first, but I'm going to use Sharpie so that you guys can see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a mother bird with 3 babies. And I'm going to start with a circle for the head. It's kind of a small circle, and it's kind of up near the top of your paper so that you have enough room to do the babies in the nest below. So I have a circle for the head, and then I'm going to do a curved line going down from that circle for one side of her body, and a curved line going down for the other side of her body. If I was using pencil, I might erase part of this line right here, but it'll still look okay with that line there. It kind of defines the head from the body. And then I'm going to do a triangle for the beak, and it's just above the body line right here. I'm going to make it kind of fancy, and I'm going to make the bottom part of her beak too. And I'm going to go back to this point and draw a line back to the head like that. So there's the mom's head, body, and her beak. Now I'm going to do a little curved line for her eye, like it's closed. And then I'm going to make the shape of her wings. And it's kind of like her wings are spread around protecting the babies. So you can use a heart shape for her wings. So we're going to do one half of the heart first on one side, and then we're going to go back and do the other half of the heart for the other wing. So I'm going to start right here at her head, and then I'm going to go up like a heart and down. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of her body. So I'm going to start right back here. It's kind of almost where her head and her body meet. And I'm going another curved line going down. So now I'm going to make the top of the nest because the babies are going to be coming out of the nest. So I'm going to make a big curved line, kind of like a big smile. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm just going to make a big curved line right where her wings stopped. Remember how we did the half shape of a heart and it went down to here? This curved smile line is going to touch the bottom of her wings. And then I'm going to make the bottom of the nest, which is like an open mouth smile. So you're just going to go back up to this point right here, and you're going to make another curved line going all the way up. And it doesn't really matter if it's perfect because it's made out of sticks and grass anyway. Now I'm going to make the 3 baby birds. So you can make the shape of the baby bird's head by just making half of an oval or kind of like an upside down U shape. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to make 1. She's going to have 3 babies. 2. It's okay if they're all a little bit different too, because all of the babies could look different and they could be from a little bit of a different angle. 3. And then I'm going to make the baby's beaks, and I want them to be looking up at the mom. Just like the mom is looking down at the babies are going to be looking back up at the mom. So we're going to make a triangle beak, but we're going to make it pointing up at the mom. So I have 1 triangle, 2 triangles, 3 triangles, and their eyes are going to be closed too. So I'm just making little curved lines for their eyes. And then I'm going to make a line that's going to represent the branch that the nest is sitting on. And it's running off the paper. So I'm just going to make a line for it to be resting off. And I'm going to stop here and I'm going to pretend like I'm picking it up right over here. And then it runs off the edge of the paper again. So when you color this, you could color this whole part maybe dark brown for the branch, and maybe you could make the nest light brown for sticks. So that's one way that you can draw a mama bird with 3 babies. So now I'm going to draw some birds that are kind of similar to the birds in this story. So I like the picture that has a lot of different kind of birds on it. I'm going to go back to that one. This one, and I'm going to draw some birds that are kind of like this with some branches and some leaves and berries on it. And you can use circles and ovals for these birds too. I'm going to do the basic shapes for the 2 birds first with ovals and circles, and then I'm going to do them in Sharpie, and then I'm going to show you what it would look like if you were doing it in pencil so that you could erase out your lines. So there's one bird. I'm going to go back in a minute and I'm going to do it on another paper so that line isn't there. And the same with this, but by doing these basic shapes, it kind of shows you where everything is supposed to be on your picture. You want to make sure that you have enough room, that things are in the right spot. I'm going to make a simple triangle tail. So those are my basic shapes for my 2 birds in this picture. One up here, one down here. Now I'm just going to take another piece of paper and do the same thing. But I'm going to take out those lines that you would erase with your pencil. So I'm going to start with this bird, same circle. I'm using my same oval, but I'm just making an extra line inside of it for the wing. That bird is going to have a tail that's just 2 lines, and it gets a little bit skinnier as it gets towards the edge of the paper. I'm going to do the bird's heads and bodies first, and then I'll go back and add details. Same thing with this bird. This is my same oval. Pretend that I erased it out. Here's my big oval for the body. Okay, now I'm going to add the tail. This one's going to be a little bit more like a triangle shape. You might have to stop and pause this so you can get it just how you want it. I'm going to add a wing to this bird. Now I'm going to go back and add the beaks. So for this one I'm going to do a triangle, but I'm going to do it a little bit fancy. And I'm going to add another second little triangle for the bottom part of his beak. And then I'm going to make a little circle for the eye. This one I'm going to make it like the beak is open, like it's eating. So I'm going to do a little triangle at the top, and then a little triangle at the bottom, like that. And then I'm going to do a circle for the eye. I think it's easier to draw the branches first and then add the feet on. So when you do a branch, you just make a curved line and you double it. You just want to make sure that it's skinnier at the tip of the branch and it gets fatter as it gets toward the trunk of the tree, which you can't see on our picture. But so I'm going to start and make a branch here. And it's running off the edge of the paper. And then I'm just going to go back to the tip of this branch and double it. And then I'm going to make two little diagonal lines for the legs, and I'm going to make some little curved lines for his toes. The rest of his toes are behind the branch, so you can't see them. I'm going to do the same thing for this branch over here. It's pretty close to the bird. Now I'm going to make two diagonal lines for his legs that are touching the branch, and then I'm going to make the two curved lines for his toes. So now I'm going to add some leaves and berries just around the edges of the picture. So I'm going to make a curved line, and then I'm going to go back to that point. Same thing here, I'm going to make a curved line, and then I'm going to go back to that point, and these are running off the edge of your paper. You can make veins in the leaves if you want to, or you can make those later. And then I'm going to make a little stick. And a little curved line on some of them. That's going to be part of the berry. Makes it look a little bit 3D. Same thing down here. Things look good in threes too. So I'm going to make 3 leaves up here, 3 leaves down here, and 3 leaves over here on the side. So here's 1. Here's 2. And maybe this one just has part of the leaf showing, because I'm going to make some berries that are in front of the leaf. So I have to make a little stem. Just to balance it out, I'm going to make some leaves down in this corner. and then some up here in this corner up top. Some of the leaves are coming out from behind other leaves too. That gives it a little bit of depth. I think I'm done. So I hope you learned some different ways to draw birds, and I hope you enjoyed this story, Birds by Kevin Hinkes. Thanks.